Today's horoscope, Capricorn April 26, 2025. Discover your future with my daily horoscope for you about love, work, health, money and compatibility with other signs. Early today, you can experience divided feelings or some restlessness as you try to integrate two apparently conflicting urges. There is a tendency to either overdo and push too hard or to avoid responsibilities altogether, and neither situation will leave you feeling satisfied. If you pay too much attention to details and neglect to let your intuition guide you, you won't arrive at useful conclusions. Moderation and pacing yourself can be difficult but will solve many problems. The moon heads into your home and family sector, and it's a time of the lunar cycle when you need time to center yourself. As the day advances, it becomes far easier to sort out your needs and feelings, and getting to the root of any recent problems in your personal life is possible. It can feel good to take a step back and think about or analyze your feelings. Of all the zodiac signs, you could be facing a very sharp battle around romance and intimacy over the coming days. Mighty Mars, our red planet of passion, sex, and desire, is now heating up your solar of sexuality, vulnerability, and assets. While he is in the early degrees of this part of the sky, he will feel the sharp crack of the whip from destructive Pluto, who is orbiting your solar of money. This battle between two malefic spells one thing: disaster. Find a way to transform fear into love and connection. Do you know what to do today? You might feel unexpectedly lost when the moon enters Aries, forming a conjunction with Neptune in Aries and Mercury in Aries. Usually, you know exactly what to do. You may have a to-do list that you check or a calendar that you keep up with. For whatever reason, you might go to work and feel overwhelmed by how much there is to get done. Not to mention that there will be a lot at home waiting for you. At least you have the stamina to get through it. Walking down a path of fire is a little bit like what this week may be like. The planetary alignment presents an opportunity for whatever looks scary to be overcome through focus and determination. Give yourself the benefit of courage by sticking to your regular health routine this week. If you know you have taken care of yourself, you are apt to make the courageous choice when presented with an opportunity. Be sure that when you advocate for things that are important to you personally, you show respect for others' ways as well. This day's vibration can give you the added edge when it comes to focusing on whatever you put your mind to. However, it can also see you more self-absorbed than usual. If you find yourself challenged when it comes to tolerating others and their ways of doing things, be sure to think before you speak. A day after Venus, the planet of love, moved into her final 7 days in your communication sector and of her mission to give your heart and your relationships a voice. A day before the dwarf planet Ceres moves into the final 3 weeks of her deep dive into your communication needs and priorities, and just as Saturn moves into his final month, the moon aligns with all three before leaving today. As the communication gods pool their resources, old communication roadblocks and barriers, whether real or imagined, won't stand a chance. The more complex life gets, the more important it becomes to have the communication lines open. Just as Saturn moves into his final month in your communication sector, the dwarf planet Ceres is about to move into her final 3 weeks here tomorrow, and Venus, the planet of love, is getting ready to leave next week. The moon aligns with all three before leaving today. This will make it easier to give your heart, emotional responses and relationships a voice, while giving you a better understanding of your communication needs and the resolve to take responsibility. Daily Planetary Overview. Today brings with it a unique blend of challenges and opportunities, all wrapped up in the cosmic dance between Mercury and Saturn. As Mercury in steady Taurus squares off with Saturn in wise but stern Aquarius, you might find yourself navigating through a morning that feels more rigid than usual. Communication could feel blocked, conversations might come off more serious than intended, and there's a strong possibility that misunderstandings leave you questioning whether your words are being heard at all. If you wake up feeling like your thoughts are foggy or your ideas are being met with resistance, know that you're not alone. This energy can feel like walking into a room with something important to say, only to be met with silence or worse, criticism. Maybe it's a boss who doesn't see the value of your work, a friend who seems emotionally distant, or even just your own inner voice being harsher than usual. Saturn has a way of turning up the volume on doubt, especially when it clashes with Mercury, the planet of communication and thought. But here's the thing, just because progress feels slow doesn't mean you're not moving forward. Saturn teaches us patience, structure, and discipline, not to hold us back, but to help us build something that lasts. So if your ideas are being tested today, it might be a sign that they're worth refining, not discarding. What feels like a setback could actually be a valuable pause that gives you time to reflect, regroup, and strengthen your message. You might also notice a desire to retreat into your own world, especially as Mercury forms a soft, dreamy sextile to Neptune in Pisces later in the day. After the morning's tension, this aspect offers a much-needed release. You may catch yourself daydreaming, listening to music that stirs the soul, or seeking the comfort of creative outlets. If you're an artist, a writer, or someone who simply enjoys the escape of imagination, this is your invitation to lean into that. Sometimes, when the external world feels too heavy, turning inward isn't avoidance, it's healing. Maybe you're reminiscing about a simpler time, imagining how things could be different, or finding comfort in a fictional world. That's okay. Give yourself that grace. Just don't forget to come back to the present when you're ready with a little more clarity and a renewed perspective. This afternoon could bring a welcome shift in mood. As Neptune's influence washes over the mind, the stressors from earlier in the day may start to lose their weight. You may realize that the deadlines you were rushing to meet can be adjusted, or that the conversation you were dreading doesn't need to happen right now. There's relief in letting go of the illusion of urgency. If you can, take some time to reconnect with people who lift your spirits. A casual chat with a friend, a walk outside, or a moment of laughter can do wonders for your energy. Even just taking a break from the screens and to-do lists to let your mind wander can help you reset. Creative projects, especially ones without pressure or deadlines, can bring a sense of fulfillment. Let yourself doodle, write, bake, or build something simply because it brings you joy. This day is a beautiful mix of grounded realism and imaginative escape. It challenges us to find the balance between structure and surrender, between getting things done and letting things flow. If you're feeling overwhelmed, remember, it's okay to not have all the answers today. Progress isn't always linear, and productivity doesn't always mean output. Sometimes, showing up for yourself, listening to your needs, and choosing kindness over criticism is the most important step forward. What about you? Have you had a day where everything felt like a struggle until something shifted and suddenly things didn't seem so bad? Or a moment when creative inspiration found you after you'd almost given up? I'd love to hear how you've worked through moments like this. Share your experience in the comments. We grow stronger when we support each other. Let today be a gentle reminder. Even when the skies feel stormy, clarity always returns. You're doing better than you think.